We begin this evening with Jim Campana. Jim represented Ursuline as a member of both the football and baseball teams. Here to introduce Jim is his former baseball coach, Mr. Matt Giambattista, himself a member of the Ursuline Hall of Fame and a member of the class of 1966. Coach G.
It's great to be home again, and thank you, and I want to offer congratulations to all of the Hall of Fame inductees tonight. As Sean said, Jimmy Campana. I have a lot of great things to say about him. I'm going to try to keep it real short, though. His mom, Tressa Blasco-Voss, and William Blasco, his grandfather, his late grandfather, introduced him to Ursuline. He remembers the Brecksville game and asked his grandfather to take him to all the Ursuline games thereafter. Now, Jimmy was a Struthers athlete, and I remember umpiring a game with Jimmy, and lo and behold, he ended up at Ursuline very, very shortly thereafter. Jimmy had tremendous honors. You can read him in the program as an individual and as a team member. The football team and the baseball team just did absolutely fabulous when Jimmy was up there. But I really don't want to focus on that. You can read that yourself, but I want to focus on one thing that I think that really distinguishes Jimmy. And if you don't mind, Jimmy, I'm calling you Jim. Jim said that Ursuline changed his life. And it's the place that he met and asked his wife, Marcia, to marry him. He continues to help Ursuline and its young men because of his it's his way of giving back to a place that's given him so much. I think that is a great thing that distinguishes a young man in his service that he learned from his days at Ursuline to this community. That's what makes Jimmy special in my mind. After graduating from Ursuline High School, Jim earned a Bachelor of Science degree from Youngstown State University. He's a parole officer for the state of Ohio. Jim lives in Campville with his wife, Marcia Hall Campana, class of 1991, and they have 3 beautiful children, sons, Dominic, Christopher, and Vincent. So please join me, and I am proud to introduce to the class of 2012 Ursuline Hall of Fame, Jim Campana.
So everyone can see you.
She's having give me that thing there, kind of sit here all night. Thank you very much. The champagne and cigars will be circulating during my speech. Drink and smoke up in celebration. Please cut my 2- and 7-year-olds off at 1 drink. My 11-year-old, he can hang, so give him a bottle. Thank you to Coach Matt Giambattista for your kind words, and while at Ursuline for your guidance and your care for me as a student athlete. I believe the years of success that Ursuline's baseball program has had and continues to experience is a direct result of Coach G's hard work and dedication while at Ursuline. Coach Durkin, the product of Coach G, and all of his success is proof. I would also like to congratulate my fellow inductees on this special day, especially Shanta and Harold, also 1993 graduates. The list keeps growing with 1993 graduates, and I'm very special and honored to be part of that. I cannot thank the Hall of Fame committee enough for my induction. Please believe me, I am flattered, humbled, and honored to be standing in front of all of you today. I want to first thank the love of my life, my wife Marcia Hall Campana, class of 1991. We met at Ursuline, and began dating when I was 15. Got her hooks in me young, guys. We've been together 21 years and married for 12. Quick story. Miss Fleming called me in December. And she told me I was going to be inducted into Ursuline's Hall of Fame. And the first person I called was Marcia. Sorry, Mom. I told Marcia I was going to be inducted, and she responded by saying, "Aw, that's great. But don't forget to pick up the kids at 4:30. Just joking. I know she is very proud of me and still tries to get me into my baseball and football uniforms. Something about the way the pants fit, I don't know. Speaking of my 3 sons who are in attendance, Dominic, Christopher, and Vincent, to steal a line from Rocky Balboa, having you guys is like being born again. I hope in the years to come you have the opportunity to experience everything wonderful and special that Mommy and I did while attending Ursuline. I am so proud of the 3 of you, and thank God every day for blessing Mommy and I with such special sons. I want to thank my mother, Teresa Vaz, 1970 Ursuline graduate. Without my mother and my late stepfather, Thomas Pitts, I would not be standing in front of you today. Their sacrifice helped me fulfill my dream of attending UHS. A dream that started in 1983, at the age of 8 years old, watching fellow inductee John DeGidio quarterback the Irish in a playoff game against Brecksville at Akron Rubber Bowl. My grandfather, the late William Blasco, Ursuline graduate, I'm sorry I couldn't find the year, introduced me to Ursuline and I was hooked. Over the next several years growing up in Struthers, I attended as many Ursuline games as I possibly could with my grandfather. Memories were made with my grandfather that I will never forget. My mother and grandfather never missed a baseball or football game in my years at Ursuline. Thank you, Mom, for all your love and support. I'd like to thank my father, Jim Campana, in attendance, for making me the athlete I was able to become. Although your methods would be outlawed today, you knew I was capable and pushed me to give it my all. I thank you and love you for all your support. To my sister Gina, that never saw one game I played in at Ursuline. Thank you for being here and I love you. Gina chose not to attend Ursuline because I would not have allowed her to talk to anybody, let alone date anybody in the year we would have been in school together. Also, she did not want to wear the required uniform and show her chicken legs off. To my stepbrother Lou, thank you for being here and I love you. Thank you to my Aunt Virginia and my Uncle Ed Gentile, as well as my Aunt Angela and Gary DeSantis for being here. You have always loved and supported me and I cannot thank you enough for the person you've helped me become. Uncle Gary, for example, the time that you painted a bed sheet that said, "Hey Jim, this bud's for you," and hung it on the railing at Austintown Fitch Falcon Stadium. I don't know how many uncles are willing to do that, let alone tell a 17-year-old this bud's for you. That's my family. To my cousin Ed, who lives in Las Vegas, you are my big brother. You took the time to play every sport imaginable with me, and without a doubt, you made me a better athlete. To my cousin Johnny DeSantis, Ursuline graduate 2005, I'm so proud of you. Not only of your accomplishments while attending UHS, but as a coach and a leader. I'm so happy that I have the opportunity to coach with you again and learn from you. And by the way, will you ask the pretty girl next to you for a hand already? Jeez. Get in trouble for that. Coach Larry Kemp, thank you for having me on your staff and giving me the opportunity to give back to the young men of Ursuline High School. To the USH football staff, thank you for being here and supporting me, although you enjoy teasing me way too much. You know who you are in the pastel-colored shirts. Lastly, to other friends and family that are here, thank you. To current and former players that I will and have had the opportunity to coach, thank you for trusting me and respecting me. Watching you guys grow up not just as athletes, but as young men is exactly why I coach. As all of you know, I'm a phone call away. And if you ever need me, I got your back. I've spent most of my time up here tonight thanking my family and friends. The reason is because that's what members of the UHS family do. When you attend Ursuline, your classmates become your extended family. I was blessed to have had success in athletics while at Ursuline. But the most unbelievable thing about my time at Ursuline is the people I've had the opportunity to meet, learn from, and form relationships with. My closest friends to this day, I'm either married to, speak to on a weekly basis, or coach with. All these people have one thing in common: Ursuline High School. I was blessed to have outstanding coaches like Coach Matt Giambattista, Coach Dick Angle, Coach John and Mike DeGidio, Coach Ron DeGiulio, Jim Humphreys, Bob Toth, Roland Smith, and Bob DeMilo. A very special thank you goes out to my friend Sam Mosca. After I left Struthers, I had no place to call home. Our relationship with our Lord was weak, and when I entered Ursuline, that changed instantly. I was accepted, cared for, and loved. One of the many great things about Ursuline High School is regardless of race, religion, or economic status, all are treated the same. This is not the case in other schools, and that's what makes our school so special. To close, Ursuline High School is my heart. It is my soul. I will defend and protect her for the rest of my life. I love everything about Ursuline and will never forget. I will forever cherish the times I had to represent her in a uniform. Whether in a dugout or in a huddle, playing for UHS was the most special time I had participating in sports. Thank you to everyone for recognizing my accomplishments, and thank you for making my dream come true, not just in sports, but in life. Beat Mooney, Soli Deo Gloria. Thank you.
Ha ha.